Back to the next episode of Frog Block, and I have been busy. Check this out. Alright, so I cleared out this portion of the island. So we remember that last episode we had a few big trees here, little sandstone structure. Now we can perfectly see our goal up there, that little slime sword island. I also ended up getting a variety more of frogs, including grass frogs. Yep, I found 2 more. Hey look, you just got some grass out right there. Good boy, good boy. So I took care of that. All of my resources I ended up sorting out, so I'll let you take a look at them real quick. I have my wood products. So with the jungle saplings I had, I ended up getting, 5 or 6 stacks of jungle wood. Got my sand products organized. Nature stuff. Everything I can dig up in the ground so far. And my utilities. I have ladders, which are very important for this episode, because we're going up. And I also decided to make a little goal list. So for this episode in particular, we're going to get slime, right up there, because I lost my little slime extractor, whatever you call it. Slime? How about slime extractor? There you go. We're going to start a home, so I originally wanted to build kind of in this area, which is why I cleared it out. And then we breed some more frogs. Maybe we can get something cool going on. So anyway, let's hop to it, and I will start kind of building our ladder up. See how far we can get. Alright, so I think this is probably pretty much in line with it, and I can always drop back into the water if I need to. So I'm thinking we're going to start our ladder here and go straight up. So the idea is that if you create a few planks, because that's the most plentiful resource I have. And we just kind of hop up here for a second. 1, 2, 3. I'll show you a neat trick to help you get the ladders especially. So you put some ladders up and you go to climb, and then if you crouch when you're on a ladder, you actually don't sink down. So it makes it a lot easier to place the ladders on up. So you can place a plank, ladder, plank, ladder, plank, ladder, and this makes it a lot better. So hopefully you learned something new with that. So let me get to the top, and when I'm at the very top and start bridging over, I'll get back with you. Gosh, look at that. Those frogs just, oh man, they can jump, can't they? I don't know if those frogs kind of spawned up on that balloon, but they're up there. Isn't that crazy? Okay, I'm getting distracted. We're almost there though. Alright, let's keep going. Okay, so it looks like I do see some slime frogs up there. That's encouraging. Look at them bounce. They're bouncing up on that slime. Pretty cool. I think we're pretty much at the tip. We'll go like 3 more blocks up there, and we'll try to bridge over. I think what I want to do is eventually I want to get all the slime off this island here. So we can probably build a straight bridge toward the bottom and then build one straight up so that I can work around if I want to. So let's place a couple more blocks and then we can start bridging over. And I think that'll pretty much do it. That should get us maybe... Oh. There's slime cubes up there. Oh. That makes things a little more tricky. Let's just hop up here. Okay. We're just going to bridge across. How about that? Probably the smartest thing would be able to make a 2-wide bridge. That way we don't kind of fall off to our death like we did over there. Because something's going to get me. I know it. Let me get some slabs real quick and I will be right back. Hi, Dive. Woohoo! Alright, and the reason why we're doing slabs, if you're newer to Minecraft, is so that the mobs don't spawn on them. One of the problems I had down there is as I got to the end, I started using solid blocks. Hey, is that a green frog? Oh, that's a creeper. Oh, I did not see him down there. Well, glad we kind of dodged a bullet there. But you can see that there's a frog right down there on that solid block, so he spawned on there. And unfortunately, that's how I met my end with the husk. So we're going to avoid doing that on this one and just strictly use slabs until I have to kind of ladder up, you know? We can see in our distance, we got our little frozen island over there. I don't see any other island this high up. There's a spider. That's weird. But you never know. There might be something even higher than this island if we go up there. It does look pretty cool, though. I really like how they built that. It looks like a sword, kind of. Alright, let me get a little bit closer, guys. Okay, I think we're at a good point where we can kind of pillar up. So, remember our little ladder trick? So we're going to place a couple ladders down. Hop on top. And then after we've hopped on top, we just place a couple blocks. And then we hop off. There we go. Set our ladders in. If I can get down here. There we go. Just like this. So we have our little line of ladders. Line. There we go. Line of ladders. So we hop on. Woo! Hello. And you crouch. So if you crouch, then you're not going to fall off the ladder as long as you stay on and you stay close to it. So you build your plank, ladder, all the way up. Alright, so now we're getting a really good idea of what this looks like here. So they got the regular green glass, we got glass panes, we got bouncy slime. I saw a few frogs just kind of jump off, so these may not be the brightest in the bunch, but that's alright. We're almost there. Alright, so we have made it up to the little slime island. Hey, we get the combination volume. That's cool. Oh, that's why we had slime. They have a, what is this thing called? The automatic slime producer thing. That's what I'm going to call it, the automatic slime producer thing. So we can see it in action right now. That's pretty cool. It looks like it just kind of sucks up all the slime. Ooh, candles. I like candles. Glowberries. Yeah, we need some glowberries. Looks like we got a really nice acacia tree up here, so that's cool. Hey, we got a bookie. What's the bookie say? Day 23. This place I discovered offered me a lot of free food for my frogs. They seem just simple, adore slime. They seem to just simply, I think they meant to say simply instead of simple. Simply adore slime balls. I also found a new machine on this island. It seems to produce slime balls over time as well as some living slimes. I wonder if there's a slime frog. What would the breeding combo even be? Potentially a honey frog with something green? So many questions I must further investigate. Okay. So, long as we're up here anyway, I left my book down there so I can't really check the little breeding guide. But it is cool to know that I have some slime and I have things to work with. Now, I have no idea what exactly is down here, but as long as these guys are up here, I don't mind too much, because there seems to be quite a few of them, and they may naturally spawn up here, right? But, I mean, check this out. I mean, look at all that slime. I got slime for days, man. Uh-oh. Evidently they do too. Oh, whoa, hello. Oh boy. This is a bad thing. Very, very bad thing. There's a chest over here. Save me, froggies! Alright, I'm going down. We are not dealing with slimes that could possibly kill me right now. As much as I would like to check out and see what that chest is, I am not prepared for that. Look at those guys. Okay, I'm gonna eat and go back up. I think it's safe now. Okay, I still hear slime. Get it, get it, get it, get him. Ow. Yeah. Okay, we gotta make this in a hurry. This is exactly why I did not grab that machine, because I figured I might fly off the edge. Ooh, slime frog. Perfect. Verdant frog lights, alright. Lime dye, interesting. I think I'll leave the rest of that in that chest there. So we got a slime frog. That was our main goal of this episode, kinda, other than building our home. I like this thing. We're gonna leave this up here and come back to it at a later point. I guess before I go, though, I better check and make sure that, like, see if I can see what's on this next island over there. There's something over there. Maybe a bell? I don't know what that is. But it looks like maybe we'll head to the frozen island next. And get us a good idea of what's over there. Put a little slime frog friend down here. Oh, yeah? Yeah, you're rocking it, aren't you? I like how see-through they are. It's kind of cool, kind of creepy. There are actually some frogs that you can see the, like, organs and stuff off in real life. That's what this kind of reminds me of. So anyway, we can cross off our first goal, get slime. We got a lot of slime. Can I edit slimes? Okay. So, this world must not be updated to edit slimes yet, which is okay. So, number 2 would be to start our home. We have plenty of frogs down here. I think what we can do is, as I'm building, we can also start breeding the frogs. I think that would be kind of a cool idea. So let's see if Mr. Slimy here breeds with Mr. Sandy. No. How about Mr. Grassy? No. Spongy? Alright, you know what? Everybody gets a slime ball. Anybody? I don't know. Some are breeding, some are not. Oh, that's right. I unlocked the combination book, didn't I? Let's see what that says. Did I put it in here? I probably put it in my utilities. So, breeding combinations. So, we can do clay and mud to get gravel. Got one. Clay and frog to get sand. Got one. Mud and frog to get dirt. So, I don't have one of those yet. Of course, I don't have a mud frog left either. Okay, so we probably got to think about that. That's the one I was looking for. Mud and gravel equals cobblestone. So if I can somehow get my hands on a mud frog, then I can get some cobblestone going on. Grass and frog equals oak. Moss and coarse dirt equals mycelium. I do like mycelium, that purple little texture. Uh-oh. Who had a baby and let them die? Seriously? Oh, man. Like, all this water, people, and you guys, you're just not even putting your babies in the water anymore. If you are, you're not good parents. Let's just put it that way. Alright, so it looks like we got a little bit more experimenting to do, because for whatever reason, none of these frogs like each other. Looking at you, Granny. Okay. Next step, it would be to start a home. So my idea here is to kind of build at least a small structure to get me started. Kind of build like a, I don't know, like a mini starter home, kind of. And to be quite frank with you, I have no idea what it's going to be looking like. But we're going to try to build it together, so let's grab some wood. Okay, so what are we going to do with our house here? I think probably the first thing I want to do is set up like a foundation of some sort. So I can build up this side just a tad bit if I wanted to, or I can just make a kind of like a simple shape and build off of it, because I don't really want this big, because we're going to save it for a different island, you know, as we progress throughout the game. So this is going to be an area where I can maybe store some goods and things. So let's get started with laying a foundation, and then we'll continue from there. Alright, so to kind of give you an idea of what I'm going for, I have my main house floor situated in the center, so this part right here. And that's the part with the sand in it. It's going to be kind of like the living room in the house, sort of. The main entrance, there might be a window or two in there. The dark logs, the jungle logs on the side there, I think it would be cool to have a fireplace. I've never really done a fireplace before, and I'm kind of against campfires in this world, but if it's inside the house, I think it should be fine. So it'd be cool to have like a little campfire set up to make a fireplace there. This room right here with the gravel, That's going to be like my little storage area, and it could also be a place where I can put my furnace or my crafting table inside. I think that's plenty enough room to be able to work with something at least. I can use a ladder to make it a second floor if I absolutely had to, but this is kind of the idea of what I want to be a small thing in comparison to the rest of the island, right? So if I made something super big on this small little island, it's going to quickly dwarf everything else. So I don't really want that. I want it kind of like a Lego puzzle piece. Hey, this kind of looks like it fits for right now anyway. And then as we get more progressed inside Frogblock and we start building our own little sky island, because I do intend to build my own sky island at some point or another, then we can actually expand on it. I'm also thinking about making buildings with specific purposes. So even though this is kind of like our little starter home, eventually I might have a building dedicated to, let's say, slime, or a building dedicated to furnaces. Kind of really make it a city type feel, because as far as this goes, like connecting the islands, even like this highway up here, I want to make it a lot nicer. So we can think maybe some bridges, string bridges, another island in between it to kind of hold them up. So we're definitely going to make sure that things at least are better connected in some ways. So let me go ahead and I'll build up the walls a little bit and we'll get a better idea. Alright, so as you can see here, we got the walls kind of built up around the area. Put a little bit more flooring in and some decoration. You can see I got a little lantern post out here, glass on the inside. So let me take you a look inside and see what we got so far. Okay, so at the beginning of the house, we got a single step in, nice decorative lantern. I thought the slime looked pretty good with almost like a top frame for the door. So you hop on in. This is where the campfire is going to be for the fireplace. It'll go right up there. Actually, I probably should replace that with the slab. That way the fire would continue up there. Got a nice glass window. And this will be our little storage area and workshop place. So you can do a basement. We can do stairs up. So the next step that we want to do is try to work on a roof. Get a nice roof going on here. And I'll bring you back when we have one. Okay, so roofs are kind of tricky when it comes to building one, and I am not good at roofs by any means. So I'm going to try to walk you through my process. I decided, instead of just building the roof and then showing you, let's kind of work on it together. So the idea, for me at least, for roofs is to use slabs first most. And if you paste some slabs over the edge that you first come on, you get sort of like an overhang, right? You can bring that out further if you want to. Kind of like that. I think that looks really nice. So you're standing underneath the porch. If it rains, it's not going to get you all wet and things. But you always pick a portion of the house to start out with. And for me, it's around the border. So if I add slabs around the border and I just kind of continue it on, then this would kind of give me a good way, at least to reference where the roof will be. And then I can bring it down for an overhang. So let me do that. Okay, so we have the slabs. They're kind of all the way around the sides of the roof now. So what I would do from this point forward is one block lower with the slab. You're going to go ahead and place one. And this is going to follow around and give you a nice sort of dip. You can bring it this way if you like. And eventually, this ladder will go away and it'll be replaced there. It'll actually look something like this. And that's what I think is pretty cool, is you can get a nice professional look, at least in my opinion, if you do that. Same way, just kind of carry it around half a block lower than what it already is. And it gives you just a sort of finished look. Whoa, you don't want to do that. Now, on weird portions like this, the best thing you can do is just kind of use your best judgment. So you can make this a full block here if you want to, but what I usually do is I just do one loop around like that, and you can finish it off with the corner. You don't have to, but I think that looks fairly nice. You can add another block in there and it'll cover it, but if you do, I don't really care for this look now. So we'll just take that off, and it's got a nice little corner split all the way down the center. So carrying on. Okay, so I left the corner splits along the edges here, and you can see that I got what looks like the beginning of a roof as well as an overhang. Overhangs aren't necessary if you don't want it to be. There are a lot of houses out there that have just kind of a solid wall going up and then a parapet on the top of the house. But for me in particular, I think at least for this build, it could use a little bit of a nice roof, and for me an overhang works pretty good. So the next step that we want to do is we want to decide kind of where the center of each room is going to be. So if we go up here and you see the sand in the middle of the floor over there, this part right here, I think I'm going to try to make almost like a pitched roof right there. So I'm going to go ahead and place a kind of a flat line right across where I want the height of the roof to be. And then it's the same way for the little green grass here as well. So let me go ahead and do that and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so I decided that I want the roof probably to be about this height. So it's not too much more of a slope than what I got right now. And I want it to be flat right here, okay? So what you're going to do, at least what I'm going to do, is I'm going to make just a line where I want the roof to be flat. And I'm thinking that that's probably a good point to make it that way. And on top of the slabs, or the, what do you call it? Logs, there we go. You want to put your slabs, just like so. There we go. And you don't have to do it this way, this is just how I like to do it anyway. So I know that for sure that's going to be the tip of my roof, and then I just build up the slabs to that point. So right now there's about a 3-block gap between these two. So we'll see if it works out. If not, I can adjust it. So if we do 1, there's 2. So you can already see that the roof is not gonna quite line up the way that I would like it to. So what could we do? Well, we can adjust the height of the roof. So let's pretend that we're gonna get rid of this log right here. I'd probably use my axe, it's a lot quicker. And instead of being the slab right on top, we're gonna place it here. We can get rid of these slabs here. And brings it one lower. You see where this is going, right? And then this is probably the tricky part, is getting this lined up. Because ideally that's what we want to look at right there. So if you just place a kind of like a support block, you can erase this. There we go. So now we have at least the pitch of our roof where we want it to be, and we can have it lined up the other way too. Just kind of following suit of where we're at. I'm going to actually take the slab. That's my wife in the background, by the way, if you hear some rustling. We're going to go ahead and take the slabs and move everything around here. And slabs wrap around. And we're just going to follow the pattern of the roof itself. Just keep going all the way around. There we go. We can finish off the roof slabs by going that way. And then this will just follow here. So you can see this is the center point that we wanted to keep, right? Follow it around. You see what I do? Did I just place one? I did. No. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Yep, and this is probably one of the easier ways that I know to make a roof. Because like I said before, I am not good at making roofs. But for me, this works pretty well. We can see that we got a roof just in a matter of a few minutes. At least in my game time when I'm recording. For you, it's probably only, I don't know, geez, less than a minute. So we hop on inside, pick up our blocks we dropped here. So we can see that we have our roof section all done, but there's some places that we can fill in, right? So we don't actually like to have the gaps in between. So if you take your slabs and you just fill in the spots that they're right there. Yep, and that covers it pretty nicely. Now we can leave a center post if we really want to, but for me, I'm going to delete it because it's just taking up some room. Although it does add a lot toward filling in empty space, you know, if you wanted to make it really nice. But that's it. So let's take a look. Oh, I missed a spot, didn't I? There we go. Fill that in. Perfect. Matter of fact, do I have another trapdoor? I do. Put that trapdoor on the other side there. And that is the interior of our house. Alright, so back on our ladder. We see we got a pretty nice little roof there, don't we? We got that nice defined shape, so that's the shape that I was kind of going for, that L shape. And it's really helpful to have that pitch in the roof and decide where it's going to be, because then you can get the height of your roof situated. So if you decided, let's say, to use stairs or actual blocks instead of slabs, like what I did, we can adjust the height pretty good or make a particular pattern. Look at all those frogs over there. But anyway, so that gets you the roof that looks really nice, you know? At least in my opinion, it looks nice. It may not look nice to you, but I like it pretty good. So the next thing we want to do is add our fireplace. Our little chimney, right? Okay, so what we have here is a little bit of a fireplace idea, at least. You can see that if we lower the flap, the rest of the house can be heated, but if we don't want that, that's fine. All I did is I put in some trap doors here, so that way it can funnel up and it looks nice and decorated. As a matter of fact, what we're going to do is I'm probably going to remove these real quick and place some gravel down to see how it looks. Alright, yeah, that looks a lot better. So we have that situated, and now let's take it outside and we're going to finish the top of the chimney. And there we have it. We have our basic chimney design. Now we can let the smoke keep going if we want to, but I'm just going to hold it in there. Once we get some better bricks, we can always switch this out. But it's getting dark, so let's take a nap. Alright, and from a distance, you know, I think that looks pretty cool. I like it. I think the sides of the house are missing some stuff in ways of decoration. So what we can do is we can actually just kind of play around a little bit to make it more personable. It's like, hey, that's starting to look a little bit nicer, right? So the more details that you add to your house, the more it looks complete. We can go a step further if we like, and we can add some dead bushes, for example. But you get the idea, right? So the more detail that you add, the more lively it's going to look, and the more happy you're going to be with it. Some people just kind of want something simple, and that's great. If that's what you like, go for it. But I'm going to do just a little bit of work and finish up, and then I'll get back with you. Well, I found out where my frogs are. They're kind of all hanging up on their balloon up there. So at least I didn't lose all the frogs. I've got a grass frog over there on the pathway. It's kind of dangerous, but so anyway, let's get back to it here. But anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to building and decorating a house. You just make it your own. I mean, there's no right, there's no wrong to it. So if you like it, then that's what counts. And remember, you can always come back and change it if you want to. So it doesn't have to stay any particular way, right? So I think that's going to be it for this episode. So again, we got our little fireplace going on. Built our house. We got our slime. Got our kind of utility area sort of set up. So next episode here, I will have moved in. And we didn't really get to breeding the frogs too much, mainly because they all disappeared. So I'm going to go on a frog hunt, and I will catch you guys in the next episode. Till then, take care now. Bye-bye.